We are taking a moment to reflect on gratitude, legacy, and the people who have shaped our nation, not only through leadership, but through humor, humanity, and heart. And joining me today is someone who has worn many hats: journalist, activist, politician, grandmother, and most recently, roast subject. She's been a force in South African politics for decades, and love her or roast her, she's undeniably iconic. Helen Zille, welcome to the morning show.
It's great to be with you, Carla.
Thank you so much. So you're from Johannesburg. What was it like growing up here, and do you think that the environment that you grew up in kind of shaped the person who you are today?
Yes, there's no doubt about that. You're shaped by your environment. I grew up in a relatively poor community. It was very far then to the north of Joburg. It was small holdings and farms and stuff like that, and we grew up in a semi-shack house, actually. If you look at my book, you will see the photographs. There's corrugated iron walls and all of that. And my parents were very poor. They were here as refugees, and so they had nothing, and they started their lives from absolute scratch, and they built their lives again, and it was wonderful to see that, yeah.
Sure. And did the little Helen ever think that she'd get into politics one day?
No, I never thought I'd get into politics ever. I mean, this was all just a big accident.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us in the TMS kitchen, right? So we have many things in front of us. There's pasta in here, penne pasta.
And that beautiful, beautiful
Yes.
Le Creuset
It's beautiful,
pot.
right?
Oh.
You also love being in the kitchen. That's why you can see the
I'm
beautiful
not so sure
pot.
about that, but I know what a beautiful pot looks like.
And then here we've got some sauce as well that we're going to make here from Royco, and there's boiling hot water.
That's
so
a cheat sauce, my sweetheart.
it is a cheat sauce, yeah.
Oh,
but we've
right.
got like 10 minutes or
Okay,
so,
okay,
you
okay.
know. Can I pour it in already, and then we're
Yeah,
going to
you
have
do
a
that.
chat? Okay, perfect. Oh, beautiful. So Ellen, now that we've chatted and we laughed about it now, but we've all seen you on the roast on Showmax, right? But when the invitation came, did you think that somebody invited you for lunch?
Yes, I did definitely think of someone. They said, do you want to do a roast? And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, you want to do lunch? That's what people say. And I thought, that's not a bad idea. And then they said, well, do you know what a roast is? And I said, not really.
Yeah.
And then they sort of mentioned it to me. And when I told my sons, they said, are you completely out of your mind? I mean, do you know even what a roast is? And then they made me look at some roasts, which I thought, oh no, this is too tedious for words. I mean, I went on to look at some roasts. There was the roast of Donald Trump that they said I must go and look at, and a couple of other roasts. But I really thought, it's not my humor, you know. Anyway, I was then in it. I'd said yes, and I don't like to go back on my word. So I said yes, and then I put my everything into it and had fun.
Oh, well, I just wanted to ask you, what was your experience then like being part of the roast? Because there's people also from different demographics in South Africa, similarly to politics. I mean, Rian van Heerden was there, there were other people. So what was your experience like? And then what did your son say afterwards?
Well, the experience was fun in the end. I liked the people. I worked very well with Stuart Taylor and with a whole lot of other people. They were good, they were nice people and fun people.
Yeah.
So we had a good time doing that, and I like new experiences. I'm a risk taker. I love new things, and so I went into it and gave it my all.
Is there something that people at home like don't know about you, but like something that's completely unpolitical?
Well, I love gardening. And I've got a beautiful rose arch that is going to be coming up quite soon and be in beautiful bloom. I've got, I love, as I say, collecting teapots. I also collect old perfume bottles, which are fun. They're beautiful. You get really old, beautiful ones.
I'm sure there's also some kind of scent in it as well.
Yes,
even
you
though
see,
it's
no, but there are still with some that are actually still full of scent and are beautiful prize-winning perfume bottles that I've got. So I've got beautiful perfume bottles. I just, I like lovely things, and I like funky things. And I've got those teapots up with pot plants that trail all over them in a window which looks out on something that's not very attractive. So it makes it all attractive. It lifts it. And I also collect lovely bottles.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
I've got a beautiful bottle collection, and I've got a kitchen that looks out into a backyard that isn't very attractive. So I put all my beautiful blue bottles on the shelves across the window, and it makes it look really good.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And the light shines through the bottles, so that makes it good.
I can see that you like pretty things. You dress quite nicely today as well.
Oh, thank you.
I know that you have met many influential people in your life before, and Madiba himself. What fond memory do you have with him through the years?
Well, I have several. I mean, we went to the parade very early on the day that he was released, and he was going to speak off the balcony of the City Hall, and the parade is obviously in front of the City Hall. And we were there, and his car was delayed hugely from the prison, Victor Verster at the time. And it took hours and hours and hours and hours for him to arrive. So we were on the parade waiting there in the sun. But when he came, it was a big experience when he got onto the platform there and made his speech. A very big experience. Then I met him personally for the first time at the Woodstock Holiday Inn. And he was doing something there. He was addressing some meeting. And I walked in and I went around the corner, and there he was. And his height and his imposing bearing really hit me. He's very tall, very imposing figure. And he looks authoritative, which is, it's very good for a politician to be able to look like that. So that's why I met him, and he was warm and greeted and all of that. And then I had lunch with him at Sean Johnson's house. And that was very pleasant. And then I sat at the table with him and we chatted. And you know, the nice thing about him is he's warm, he's got no airs and graces. And I got to know him as a down-to-earth, thoughtful person who could express his opinions strongly, but who also could listen very well. And that is very important in a politician.
Throughout the years that we have learned to look after children, look after the elderly, and I think it's values that we can all take forward in life. What are you thankful for as a South African in this country?
Well, what I'm most thankful for is that, first of all, this country enabled my parents to survive, because if it wasn't for this country, they wouldn't have survived. So obviously that's a big, big thing to be thankful for. And well, mainly my thankfulness revolves around my family. My sons have grown up into two fine adults who contribute to society, who give more than they take, who are decent and fair people, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm always grateful for my husband. He's always been a rock in my life. We've been together for 44 years, married for 42 of those years. And my grandchildren, of course. So my overwhelming thankfulness is about my family.
Oh, and I love to hear that, because you have mentioned them before numerous times, and I know that they are close to your heart. So I appreciate that answer. I think we're ready to dish. Do you think
Right,
so?
well, here we go.
Yeah,
rock and
okay,
roll.
come on, do it. You have yours there.
Oh,
Okay.
that's pretty.
Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, look at that.
Done in 10 minutes.
Penne and cheese sauce.
Oh, are we going to do a taster?
We're definitely
Just
gonna do a
almost
taste.
get
I'm going to take the one that's got the most cheese on.
Okay.
Very nice, this sauce.
Not too bad. On
Because you made it, not me.
Helen Zille, thank you so much for joining us on the morning show.
It's such a pleasure. How
It was so lucky to have you in the kitchen, and please do join us again soon. Okay, perfect.
Super.
While we enjoy our pasta, it's been wonderful getting to know Helen Zille this morning on the morning show, and thank you to her too for sharing her humor, not only on the roast on Showmax, but here as well. And whether Helen is leading a province or laughing at herself on the comedy stage, or just making a quick meal in the kitchen, we do know that it is with character. And thank you for reminding us that a part of honoring a legacy is being authentic, humble, and never being afraid to laugh at yourself.